What? Nice surprise, eh? Don't worry, I want the bite. I want to talk. You see, this whole game, it's driving me fucking crazy. It's repeating over and over and over again with the same end. You're still fucking dead. The previous video in this series was about Lilith and how she bridged the transition from the standard playstyle of normal characters and the unique gameplay mechanics of tainted characters. That video is now slightly outdated because every normal character is unique in some kind of way, you could argue. However, it was referring to the original Rebirth characters before they received any buffs, so that video still stands. But you know, Lilith was in Afterbirth. I mean, that is history. Surely after 3 years, the next DLC wasn't rushed and finished and didn't follow Edmund's vision at all. That would be stupid. Now, to be fair, the devs patched a lot of the bugs and annoying things about Afterbirth Plus fairly after the initial release. I think I'm going to talk for the whole community when I say thanks. Apart from Delirium still not being fixed, another reason as to why this video still stands is because of, you guessed it, Apollyon. Yeah, this will be the first analysis where I don't suck off the characters, don't worship them and their pets. Yeah, that's more appropriate. You feel it too, don't you? No matter who you are, no matter what items you have, it always ends the same. Stuck in this cycle of appearing in the basement, killing mom, going through her womb, and killing yourself as a fetus. Apollyon, and its Greek alternative Apollyon, appears in the Bible as a place of destruction, an archangel of the abyss, and the king of an army of locusts resembling horses with crowded human faces, woman's hair, lion's teeth, wings, iron breastplates, and a tail with a scorpion stinger that torments anyone who does not have the seal of God on their foreheads. Both names of Apollyon and Apollyon are mentioned in the Book of Revelation of the New Testament. They had as king over them the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Apollyon and in Greek is Apollyon, that is, destroyer. And the former name also appears in 2 books of the Old Testament, the Book of Job, the grave is naked before him and destruction has no covering, and the Book of Proverbs. Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied. And how is it depicted in Isaac? Apollyon is described as a stone statue with, quote, small useless wings, end of quote, and black horns. And not gonna lie, this design actually slaps. Still wouldn't fuck it, but you know, I would like to have him as a roommate. He starts with Void, which is a 6-room charging item that consumes other items. If you consume a passive item, it gives you small stat ups to 2 of 6 stats, including luck and shot speed. If you consume an active item, Void will replicate that active item's effect every time you use it. Let's take it a bit differently and talk about the positives of Apollyon this episode. His active item Void can be used to dissolve bad items for sometimes powerful increases in stats, which can go over their cap, like with the tier stat. Some damage is also always nice, but you know, it usually depends on RNG what you get, because you might just get shot speed and luck. Hey guys, I would appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button and ring the bell and turn on all notifications. The biggest strength of Void, however, is absorption of active items. Not only can you carry your favorite active items, but you can use 12 room active items with 6 charges instead, using them frequently, maybe even uninterrupted, like Mega Blast and Magic Mush. And you can also absorb one-time active items that either require a special condition to activate, or you want to use them later for the right avoid, talking about Pandora's Box, Alabaster Box and Eye Key. Especially Alabaster Box, since you don't have to collect soul hearts in order to use it. But I was talking about Void the whole time, not about Apollyon. So what's good about him? I don't want to be in the cycle anymore. I don't want to do this. I don't want you to be sitting here with the possibility that you are the key to breaking this nightmare. But you have to be here for the future. of all of us. We are probably all aware Apollyon doesn't play that much differently from Isaac. You use your active item sometimes and then what? Shoot enemies? Actually play the game? Imagine playing Isaac. Couldn't be me, right? Oh wait, to be fair, you could point to a bunch of characters that play similarly to Isaac and don't deviate that much from him. Samson and Magdalene come to mind. But Apollyon suffers from this in a really special way because, well, he's literally just Isaac with another item, especially if you unlock Void for other characters. That's outrageous. See, the first DLC brought us Lilith, and although she wasn't perfect then, and is still controversial nowadays, she brought something unique into the mix of largely different Isaac characters at the time. And Keeper is another example of a unique character. Your health was coins and you had triple shot, which was something unforeseen at the time. But then we got Apollyon. And although a cool idea to include the Archangel of the Abyss and the King of an Army of Locusts into the game, the execution was poor. Seriously, poor. Actually, every major thing Afterbirth Plus was poorly executed. We must not forget about that Cam Master piece of shit. After the first DLC, fans were expecting another unique boss like Hush and another unique character like Lilith, but all they got was a copy and paste of all the existing stuff. Delirium? Check. Apollyon? Check. Greedy Mode? Check. And although some may argue that the expectations may have been exaggerated, after seeing what the first DLC brought, you can't blame the fans for wanting a similar level of polish that they got with the first one. Okay, we established that Apollyon is boring as fuck. How do we rework him? This may be one of the more outlandish suggestions for a rework, but in my opinion, it is the best idea for a rework. Shut the fuck. Stop, you fuck. Damn it, crazy. As I said, my proposal for an Apollyon rework may be on the extreme side, but it would fit with the character look of Apollyon. First, let's talk about Apollyon's appearance. He's a statue according to the devs, as I told you in the first part of this video. I don't know why a statue would be fucking moving, but alright, let's accept it. This isn't the most realistic game. Let's take that design choice and work with it. If we would damage a statue, a piece of it would fall off, right? So let's work with that statue idea. Apollyon would start with 2 stone hearts. What are those? Those are hearts that you can't replenish at all, but only take damage for half a heart. Always. So 4 hits, you're dead. Unless you have Void. See, with each Void use, you would gain a stone heart, so you would be able to keep yourself at an acceptable level of health and not immediately die. Of course, to balance it out, he would have strong stats, something akin to Tainted Last, which would be a 1.3 damage multiplier. Devil dealers who cast 1 and 2 hearts as usual, going through the mausoleum door would be free, since, you know, you're made out of stone. Side note, if you're wondering about Tainted Apollyon, he would have 6 stone hearts that will not be able to be replenished unless he finds Void. He would also gain a lot more synergies with his locusts that are allegedly left in the code unused. I mean, like, come on. What this ultimately makes Apollyon into is a health management, glass cannon character craving Void survival. Over time, the devs managed to patch Afterbirth Plus into a respectable DLC that you still have to buy because of Repentance. Apollyon is one of the last 2 remnants of the disgusting shit that is released Afterbirth Plus. Apollyon is still playable, don't get me wrong, but come on, do you really want to play as him in your free time? And now that Lazarus and Blue Baby were reworked, let's see if they promise us a rework of Apollyon and don't deliver for 5 years.
Hey, you alright? I found you in Downpour. I don't know why you were there, but it wasn't pretty, was it? Yeah, I could tell. Want something to eat? I got some bread stew. That's all I've got. I don't need to eat. Frankly, the last time I ate was in '89. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Who did this to you?